This is the Effing One Podcast, Australia's only Formula One podcast with Adam and Luke.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast, Australia's only dedicated Formula One podcast. Have we bothered to see if that's true or not?
Not at all.
Fair enough. The 1000th Formula One race in China. Wow, what a huge milestone, 1,000. Well, it didn't see much sunshine through all the polluted haze of Shanghai, and nor did it see much exciting racing. The track that allows and always serves up a delicious Chinese smorgasbord served us nothing very sweet and mostly sour racing. Sweet. Terrible. We can do so much better. I'm so sorry. To find out...
No, we can't.
That's as good as it gets. Let's find out the nuances of the 1000th Formula One Grand Prix. It's now time to jump head first, pants down, over to the birthday boy. Luke, happy birthday. As we say in China, gongxi gongxi.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. What do I say? This, it didn't turn it on for my birthday.
No.
This race reminded us that all Grand Prix can't be on the edge, lap after lap excitement machines. Sometimes you play a nil-all game in soccer, or waste your life watching baseball or golf, which is nothing I'll ever do. I'd rather watch 1,000 China Grand Prix than golf or baseball, that's for sure. Did anyone else spot the crew from the Blair Witch Project filming from the main straight? Because I sure did. That thing was shaky as shit.
Wasn't it?
It's like a handy cam from the 1970s.
The fuck was going on with that cameraman? He was
This
drunk.
is a professional sport. This company makes billions of dollars.
It's a professional outfit.
Useless. Or mind you, the most exciting Chinese display that happened today was the meal that we made. And that was a good feast.
Bloody, what a feast, Luke.
The fact that they replayed the start of the race again and again, even towards the end of the race, they replayed the start, was just reeking of desperation. It's going to be a dull one, and I think I should just go between driver onboards, just to shake things up.
Yep.
But we're here to talk about it.
Yep.
What do we got to look forward to?
Well, I just wanted to firstly off the bat just say that I'm sorry that your birthday entails me sitting here with a couple of mics. I just wish it was a pretty lady, you and a bottle of champagne.
Mate, what you're wearing's pretty.
Thanks, mate. It's a good time to mention, by the way. As is tradition on Effing One Podcast, we have to wear the native dish.
You have to wear the native dish?
You've got to wear the native dish. I've got honey chicken, and you're covered in fried rice.
Honey chicken.
By
Get
the
off my
way,
fucking couch.
that fucking honey chicken that you made, you're a master at honey chicken.
Thank you, my friend.
How's my fried rice?
It was good.
Pretty good.
It was pretty good.
It complemented it. It kind of neutralised the palate,
Yeah.
so you could jump in for some more honey chicken and not be overkill on the honey
It's
chicken.
quite a rich honey chicken.
Very rich. But we are actually wearing the native outfits, costumes of the featured race out of respect for the host country and their customs and traditions. So being Shanghai, China, Luke, we are wearing the Han Fu, the traditional Han clothing from
I
the
know that.
ethnic majority of the Han people. Their outfits have been around for about 4,000 years, made from cloth and silk. How does it feel, Luke?
I feel like Attila the Hun. I feel like some raping and some murdering.
That's exactly what you look like.
Yes.
Yep. I'm in the her Han Fu, and producer Pete, as he always puts me in the her outfits, he puts you in the men's outfit. But I'm not complaining.
No, you're not.
It's comfy. It's hugging and very colourful. Lots of red, lots of gold, as is traditional with the Chinese outfits. But that's what we do. So, oh, and by the way, if you want to see us in these dashing, silky, comfy... keep your legs crossed though, Luke. I can see there's no undies.
That's my Genghis Khan.
There's it's a beauty. It's a ripper.
You can smell the Genghis.
If you want to see us wearing these outfits,
I'll keep my legs closed for the photo.
Go to the Twitter page, Effing One Twitter page, and also on Instagram as well. You'll see us in our dashing customary outfits. Okay. Let's get into this podcast, shall we? Yeah. Oh, Genghis Khan. Far out. Where did that come from? Seriously. Let's talk about this race, Luke. How did you find it? Who were some winners and some losers for the race? Let's talk about winners first. Who surprised you? Who did really well?
Well, I think Mercedes clearly were the winners. They first and second. Bottas off pole just didn't get the drive. He said he slipped. He had a bit of wheel spin off the white line of the start line.
Yep.
That was his complaint. Well, don't get pole then, dickhead.
No.
Who else won really today? Daniel finished a race, saw the checkered flag.
Daniel Ricciardo.
Which was, how can I say? It was poorly flown by Alain Prost. He was just kind of holding it.
His heart wasn't in it.
No.
Was it? He saw a Mercedes.
Beforehand, he said, it's quite a great honour to be waving the checkered flag, and he hardly waved it.
Yeah.
They need some, excitable person. Maybe that could be an idea to make F1 great again.
Yeah.
And I think they'd probably replay that excitable person waving the checkered flag 100 fucking times.
In a race like that?
Like that,
yeah. They would have to.
Toro Rosso. Not great for Kvyat, but...
Alexander Albon.
Albon did a great drive from dead last after his crash in free practice 3, missed qualifying.
Yep.
And he started dead last, made his way up to 10th. So Mercedes dominant champs, Ferrari team orders. Red Bull Racing benefiting from Ferrari orders.
Yes.
Clearly.
Yep.
Renault won DNF. Still.
At least it was Dan this time, because if it wasn't Dan...
Well, Dan, finished, yes.
That would be an issue.
Yeah, and Dan finally saw the checkered flag. Haas, I think they had the handbrake on today. They went backwards.
Went missing. Didn't see them all race.
Yeah. Toro Rosso bumper cars, and the Flying TIE Fighter gets a point.
Yep.
McLaren torpedoed.
The torpedo.
One man. 2 birds with one stone. That's how you do it.
First corner.
I think it was unfair that he got a penalty. Even Lando Norris said, it's just racing. Carlos Sainz said that it was unfair.
That Kvyat got a penalty?
No, that he thinks Kvyat deserved the penalty. He thinks
I think he did.
He thinks that Kvyat squeezed him. Yeah, but you don't like Russians. That's your problem.
That's just the Russian thing. Yeah, I totally think he deserved it. That was his fault. He took out 2 McLarens in one corner.
Well, the thing is he had a bit of oversteer, and then as he's corrected, the gap has closed. Sainz actually locked his brakes to avoid it. And then his front right wheel hit Kvyat's rear left, and that turned him in to Norris, and then Norris went airborne. It was not a...
He's Russian. I still don't... He didn't want to talk to me in Melbourne. He was just a douche.
Kvyat talked to me.
Did he?
I just didn't record it.
Nice one. Nice one.
We had a chat about his days at Ferrari and driving the simulator.
Nice guy?
I said, to me he was.
Okay, well, we should put him forward for douchebag or dude. We have a...
I think we might have a hung jury, though.
It's going to be a hung jury.
Hung jury.
Our Effing One Podcast listeners to vote whether or not Kvyat is a dude or a douchebag. It's a new segment. We try to figure out who are the nice guys and who are the douchebags within that Formula One paddock. Losers for China. There was a few today, wasn't there? Well, besides us sitting here watching the race.
There was us. Racing
Wait,
point.
Firstly,
yes,
the camera guy. That camera dude.
Horrible.
That had the shot all the way down the straight. Every single time that shot to him, it was his shot. It was all over the place.
Yeah, there was parts where you think, okay, maybe he wasn't ready. Like the director's cut to him and he's gone from one shot, like watching them go into turn 1, and then he flick pans up to the last turn to actually get them coming out of the last turn. But he wasn't ready for it. And then when he was following them, it was like he didn't have image stabilizer on or something. It was horrible.
Surely they have a control room and there is a producer, someone in charge, and they can see all the different shots around the track. And they go, okay, there's 6 shots. Let's go to camera 1 because he's not ready. Let's go to camera 1 because he's looking at something else that's not related to cars.
There's actually a video, and I'll actually tweet about it. And so anyone who wants to watch it, it's actually a video about the production and how it's run and what the director says and how they go from camera to camera. So it's actually, you can hear the audio of the director and the assistant director as they line up the shots as they go through.
So he's ready. This guy he knows he's going to be live.
The thing is, I don't think he was. I think the director screwed up today. There were so many times where they cut to a shot for maybe 1 second and then cut to a completely different shot. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense.
So maybe didn't know.
I think today was a fuck up in terms of broadcasting.
Liberty Media, who owns Formula One.
They're spending too much money on putting zeros after ones for this 1000th Grand Prix instead of putting the ones and zeros that are right for digital broadcasting.
I think we need to make a very strongly worded email or facsimile to Liberty Media.
You go the fax. You've got
Yep.
one of those at home.
Yep.
I will try the Telegraph,
Yep.
and Pete will go to Carrier Pigeon.
We just call them straight up and say, what the bloody hell?
Listen, Chase.
Chase Carey.
I'll be your cameraman.
Hey, Britches.
Britches.
Yeah. Okay, more losers. Who else was poor Charles. Charles Leclerc for Ferrari taking team orders this early in the season.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy.
No, he wouldn't be. And I would have said, fuck off.
They said, all right, well,
What are they going to do? If he doesn't,
I know.
what are they going to do? If he goes, nah, I'm going to stay right here and not going to let him pass, what are they going to do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Sebastian will have to do it the old school way of overtaking him.
No, they'll probably hold him up in pit lane, but I think just say no. What are they going to do? They're not going to kick you out. You're their next title hope.
I know, but he's a young guy. He's a nice guy.
He is nice.
He's too nice for his own
We're
good.
going to teach him how to say no.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll go up to him and say, listen, Charles, do you want an interview? No. Good start.
There you go. You're learning. You're learning. Who else lost?
Pizza boy Luigi. Geez, he's not doing too well.
He's like one of those witches' hats.
He's taking a few slices as he drives, I think.
Yes, he is.
He's one of those guys that you have half a pizza when it arrives.
Oh, sorry, it's cold.
So it's cold and it's free.
It's eaten.
Yeah, we've got rats in the car. Kimi did well, though.
Kimi was good.
Got up to 9th.
Yep.
Racing Point got a couple of points with Perez.
Yes.
Had a great start.
Yeah.
Pressured Daniel towards the end, but I think it kind of, once you get in that dirty air, it's very dirty.
Yeah. Very dirty.
Especially in China.
Especially in China. Very dirty.
Dirtier.
Very phlegmy. A lot of phlegm everywhere.
And the perennial losers, Williams.
Yeah. I'd like to throw into the mix Gasly. He is struggling.
He got 6.
Okay, yes, but he's in a Red Bull. He was 30 seconds behind his teammate.
He did pit though. I think
Okay.
everyone forgets that he did pit again for 2 laps. So he probably wasted 23 seconds in pit lane to then go out and do the fastest lap. So you got to take that into. He was probably about 13 seconds behind overall.
Yeah, and qualified 8/10.
8/10, but
almost
both
a full second behind his teammate.
both Red Bulls fucked up in qualifying. So really dropped the ball. Like when you watch the footage, you see Max. Vettel went around the outside of Max in the second last corner, and then Max kind of got bemused by it, and then didn't really take off. And one of the Renaults was waiting for Max to get back in line to have a crack, and he just kept going slowly. So the Renault took off, and then the other Renault took off, and then Gasly thought, all right, there must be something wrong with Verstappen's car. I'll go around him, and then the 2 Red Bulls and the 2 Haas drivers didn't get the last qualifying laps. That's fucking stupid. That shouldn't happen.
Yep.
Not at this level.
No.
Go back to GP2. If you can't get your timing right, you know how long it takes to do a lap. You know what could happen. Haas going dead last. Do you think the track condition is going to be that good for your piece of shit car that you're going to move up to fucking pole position? No. Just go out before them, do your job, shut the fuck up and go home.
Are you listening, Gunther Steiner?
Gunther! That's why I put a few swears in there, because it speaks his language.
Tell you what, Luke, after a honey chicken, you are feisty.
Feisty.
Oh, man.
It's my Genghis Khan.
Don't get on your wrong side. Don't get anywhere near the Genghis.
My angry Khan.
Is the full Angus. Wow.
Angry Khan.
Wowzers. Okay. Oh, I'd like to also throw in there. I'd like to chuck in the loser category. I'm going to throw in there Bottas. I just think from pole, got beaten off the lights. Didn't really do a great job overtaking. I think he did overtake somebody. I might have seen that happen once.
I think it's the second.
I think I looked at you.
Second race in 6 years in China where they haven't won from pole.
Yeah.
I think Daniel had the only win that wasn't from pole over the last 5 years. So.
Yep. I remember turning to you during that Bottas when he actually overtook someone. I'm not sure who he overtook, but I thought, wow, there you go. Bottas is overtaking someone.
I think it was Kubica.
Was it? A Williams. Doesn't surprise.
Oh, look, he overtook it.
Oh, my God. Okay, so fastest lap of the day, Luke, for the Chinese Grand Prix.
It was Pierre Gasly.
Yes, they put fresh rubber on him 2 laps before the end just to steal a point away from Sebastian Vettel.
That's true.
And they did steal that point away.
I sure did.
That's where the tactics of that fastest lap comes in.
Yeah, Red Bull had a free pit stop. They had 33 seconds back to Daniel, so they had 10 seconds up their sleeves to play with it and Just glad Gasly didn't bin it, and he got himself his first fastest lap in Formula 1, which is kind of erroneous now that you can do that kind of a thing. But
yeah, to drive that shit and then get the fastest lap, it's a bit of a hollow victory.
Hollow.
But he got it nonetheless. Driver of the day, Luke. Who won that?
I don't know.
It's a tough one.
Probably Hamilton.
Hamilton, yeah.
It was pretty flawless from him. I don't think Seb was impressive. He locked up a lot. Leclerc, lost out in the end.
Did you just expect a lot more from this race? I expected a lot more overtaking.
I think the problem with us and today was expectations. We had lofty expectations.
Well, after last year's Dan Ricciardo Smorgas Fest, that was amazing. What a race.
There was no Brendan Hartley and Gasman to run into each other to bring out a safety car. We miss you, Brendan.
Yeah, bring him back. Just for, entertainment and fuck-ups. He was awesome. He was always fucking up. What about the championship breakdown, the championship points, Luke? What's that situation like now? I think, from memory, Hamilton now takes the lead for the first time, takes Bottas.
Hamilton does take the lead, that's for sure.
And Bottas second. Who's in third? I can't... Is it Max? No. Sebastian?
No.
We'll check it out. Hang on, stand by. It's coming up, Andy. I should have given you some heads up here.
Yeah, I don't know what your run order is. So Lewis Hamilton, 68 points. Valtteri Bottas, 62. Mad Max, angry kid, Verstappen, 39. So he's third in the championship, ahead of the two Ferraris. Sebastian Vettel ahead on 37 points. Leclerc on 36 points. Pierre Gasly on 13. Kimi, Lando, Kevin, Nico, and Daniel are both on 6 points. Kevin Magnussen, 8. Lando Norris, 8. Kimi Raikkonen, 12.
A bit weird that Ferrari has not really done very well considering the amount of potential and speed they had so early on in testing. It's just sort of fallen flat, isn't it, Ferrari? Very disappointing.
And nearly already Mercedes nearly double Ferrari's points. So they're 130 points, Ferrari on 73.
Kind of a two-man race, really. The two Mercedes drivers head-to-head for the moment.
Yep.
Unless something drastic changes, whether Red Bull can bring some more updates, whether Ferrari can get their shit together. But at the moment, it's all Mercedes-Benz.
But the championship we're all really, really interested in.
Is that the Inter... Oh, that's you and me?
It's the Dung.
The Dung Championship. The Turd Championships, where we deduct points for being shit in a race.
Yes, so if you're last, you get negative 25 points. So today, dead last, Nico Hülkenberg, negative 25. Kvyat, negative 18. Norris, 15. Kubica, 12. Russell, 10. Giovinazzi, 8. Sainz, 6. Magnussen, 4. Stroll, 2. Grosjean, 1 for finishing 11th. And the top three are Sainz on 49. Grosjean, 41. And Kubica has overtaken Ricciardo. He's now on negative 34 points.
So, sorry, who's leading the Turd Championship?
Carlos Sainz.
Carlos Sainz.
Negative 49 points.
He's got his little name written all over that little plaque with that lovely hand-whittled bit of timber there that producer Peter's
resting underneath
a
the
lovely giant
nard,
which has been spray-painted and pickled. Spray-painted gold.
We had to pickle it to keep it fresh.
Yeah, otherwise
and to keep its
the smell,
structure.
It stinks out the whole house. And the structure of that, the integrity of that nard,
structural
needs
integrity
to be pickled.
Oh yeah,
it binds all the fecal matter.
It's a firm turd.
So that's the Turd Championship, which I think is almost
what they're playing for.
That's what they're playing for. I mean, if you can't win, you might as well, start thinking about winning that Turd Championship.
Everyone gets an award these days.
Yep. We need like a middle of the road award for people who are middle pack.
Average.
The
Beige Award.
The Beige Award.
For being there.
Just turning up.
Yeah. The Effing One Podcast Participation Award this week goes to George Russell. Thanks for showing up, champ.
He's got a tough...
And then you just tap him on the chin as you give it to him. Oh, good work, champ.
It's a little...
There you go, champ. Yeah.
He's got a tough gig, hasn't he, George? All he can really do is be in a Williams They're so bad. They're over a second behind everyone else. All he can do is beat Kubica, his teammate.
Yep.
That's what he's got to look forward to for the whole... It's a long season for him.
Mm-hmm.
Very long.
Yep.
I feel sorry for him. He's such a nice guy as well.
He is. He's lovely. He's
Actually,
adorable.
he's going to feature in our Dude or Douchebag
segment later on.
coming up. We'll figure out whether he's a dude or a douchebag. It's time to hand out some awards, Luke. We have been, not we, when I say we, producer Pete has been very busy, not only selecting the outfits that we need to wear for this Grand Prix, but also doing some more whittling of the treasured, highly coveted Effing One Podcast Award. The first award that you're going to hand out today, Luke, is the Green Award for lowering the carbon footprint. Who saved the atmosphere in this race?
So who's forward thinking? Who's saving fuel? Who's lowering their carbon footprint for Mother Earth? Nico Hulkenberg with an early retirement.
Bit sad. Do we know what happened to him? What happened to his car?
Stopped.
Yep.
It
Didn't
was
want to
in
go
pit lane
anymore.
and they retired it. So
That's it.
they must have seen a warning sign or something that was about to fail or had failed. And
Save the engine.
he was dropping back pretty quickly, so I'm guessing it must have been like in the race he was being overtaken. Like he was there with Daniel for the first few laps, and then he started to drift backwards and get overtaken. So I think it must have been a power issue.
Maybe a power unit change next week. Hopefully not.
Let's hope not. I hope it's something small.
Yeah. The next award is
spark
the...
plug.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a spark plug. The Waste of Time Award, the Yuji Ide Award, Luke. Who wasted everyone's time out there?
Well, for the Yuji Ide Award for wasting all of our time for the 1000th Grand Prix, it was Formula One itself.
Oh,
You wasted our time.
way to go.
You wasted the Sunday for that piece of rubbish.
1,000 Grand Prix.
Couldn't even
and
get a cameraman to do a good job.
Couldn't get cameraman number one to focus.
That was his name. One.
Number one. And,
W-O-N.
yeah. And what a unremarkable, unmemorable Formula One it was for the 1,000th. You'd think that they would, chuck in their own little efforts to make Formula One great by throwing out some tacks on the straight to slow, give someone a puncture. Maybe throw some eggs, just randomly, eggs drop. Great ideas.
Yeah. These are great ideas.
Just randomly a yellow flag for no reason. They go, oh, sorry guys. Yep.
Safety car.
We're bunching up the entire
What for? You're all
field.
boring.
Yeah, you're boring the shit out of us. Yeah. A warning for all of you guys. Stop boring me.
Pick up your act.
We're bunching you up. Now race again.
Yeah.
Okay? Then we'll have some overtaking. That was kind of embarrassing. It was a bit dull.
That's all right. Can't all be winners.
No, that's true. No, Luke.
Can't
maybe
all be Bahrains.
Our expectations are too high.
Yeah.
That's our problem after
I think
last
that's everyone's problem. Having
In
lofty
life.
expectations.
year. Just generally.
Why do you get depressed? Because I have high expectations. Lower them. You won't.
Good point.
You don't see anyone who's simple-minded getting depressed. They're happy to get a cuddle. Think about it. That's
And
life's tips right there. It'll make you
More
think.
people who suffer from depression should read your book. 3 easy steps not to suffer from depression.
Stop expecting
Lower your
shit.
expectations.
Lower your
It's
expectations.
a 3-worded title.
Yeah.
It's very
$59.99 on
available
Amazon.
at any good bookstore and Amazon. I'd read it.
You did.
Just then.
You fucking nicked it, you bastard.
More awards. We've got the Effing One Podcast Award for making Formula One great, Luke. Who made it great?
Now, for the previous podcast, I'm going to give it to us. I think it was a ripper.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I think it's a good one. Us. We get the Effing One Podcast Award. We get it. Well, the race wasn't great. No one drove
There
fantastically.
was really nothing of any
So
note.
it's really going to come back to us.
We get it.
Default.
High five!
Default.
Oh yeah, I like. High five. We just won an award.
Yeah. See, don't you feel good? That's what people should feel
It
like.
just feels weird that we would win an award that we're handing out.
No, that's fine.
Okay. We'll take it.
Fucking take
We'll
it.
fucking take it.
Yep.
We need it.
We're not winning a potty award or what is a podcast award?
Do they have podcast awards?
We do, the Effing One Podcast Award, and we just won it.
Thank you.
Fuck you.
Hand whittled. What are you going to do with it? You're going to sit by your bedside table?
Get Pete
move
to make
the-
a replica one.
Just move aside all those oils and tissues And just
I wouldn't
pop
touch
that
those
award.
tissues.
No,
You won't get that off your hand for a while.
Okay. The Pastor Maldonado Award, Luke. Dangerous driving.
Well,
Did anyone pick up this award?
there was only one person, and it was replayed over and over again. The torpedo
The
himself.
torpedo. Perfectly named. The
Yep.
Russian torpedo.
2 birds with 1 stone. Take that, McLaren. You think you can get past the torpedo? Wrong.
A little bit of this way, crack. Oh,
Yep.
a little bit of that way. Oh, taking you both out.
Yep.
The
Good fun.
torpedo.
Fun times for everyone.
The Lick It and Send It Award. This award perfectly named after the man last year, this day. Daniel Personality Ricciardo took out the Chinese Grand Prix and famously said afterwards, sometimes you just got to lick it and send it. So, who did some sweet overtaking this week?
There wasn't a great deal of overtaking today, but the one that really deserved it, and from where he came from to where he finished, if it wasn't for this overtaking maneuver at the start, Sergio Perez, the podium's thief, he's stole a lot of positions right there and got away with it. Well done. Good move.
Very good. Got him wedged himself between a couple of Renaults.
Yep.
Nicely done, sir. Wrapping up the awards. Did I miss one?
Nope.
No. Perfect.
done.
Well done. There's the awards, hand whittled by producer Pete himself. And we'll be... Do we post these out? We post them out to the respective drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete takes them.
Pete takes care of it.
Yeah.
He's very
We
good.
give him money, and so I guess he sends them.
Do we really know that's what he's doing with the money?
I took the bins out and I saw the awards from the last race.
In the bins?
In there.
This reminds me when I used to deliver newspapers.
When Giovinazzi delivers pizzas.
Oh, God, he just... They're cold. They're half-eaten. He doesn't care.
No.
Hey, Luke,
You wanted the ones with fungi on them.
No, no. Although they grow during the race. He's so slow. They're full fungi, ready to be eaten. We've got something very important right now. We have a new sponsor. We have
a sponsor?
We have a sponsor, and I think you're going to like it. Trouble sleeping? Just download the Effing One Podcast. But don't take our word for it. Here's another satisfied customer.
Hello. I used to have all sorts of trouble sleeping and getting a good night's sleep. I'll be up all night thinking about the world's troubles. Then, the boys at F1 Podcast said I could have a free Making F1 Great hat if I downloaded their podcast. So I did, and listened to those idiots send me straight to sleep. Oh, and the hat finally turned up and was shit.
Just another satisfied Effing One Podcast listener. Download it today. Yeah, great podcast.
Wow.
Great podcast. Definitely download that one, I reckon. It'll definitely send you to sleep. Time to Skype the 4-time world champion. I can't believe this little Aussie podcast, Effing One Podcast, has the kind of pull that Sebastian Vettel would bother to turn up for. 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel on the line. We're going to Skype him right now, Luke. Are you pumped?
Always pumped.
I'm not sure he's probably
He's sexually harassed.
He does fancy you a lot. Not that keen on me, which is fine. I normally step to one side and just let you do the talking, so that's probably a good idea. I'll be over here.
Excuse yourself.
I'll just be over here, Luke, if you need me.
Bye, Adam.
See you, mate. Hi guys, can you see me?
Oh, g'day, Sebastian.
Hi, look, is it just you? It's not the other arsehole, the Adam guy?
Adam has left the building.
Oh, so fuck, he's such an asshole. Anyway, it's just something. Hey, what are you doing, Luke? What's happening?
I'm just sitting down talking to you, my friend.
Great.
How was the Chinese Grand Prix, the 1000th Grand Prix? You got on the podium?
Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, some say that I had the team orders, but that is absolute Scheißenhauser. No way. I just overtook him beautifully on the inside. Very, very nice maneuver. But, Charles Clerky, he's fine. He's going to be a great driver. Just needs to relax a little bit.
So clearly you're the number one driver at Ferrari?
No, look, we don't have the number one, number twos. But if there is a moment where we are competing, sure, maybe I might have a little advantage. But no, we have no clear 1 and 2. So, no, I think it's just racing. Look, we're all focused on the racing.
Okay.
Sure.
So I want to point out on the podium.
Yes.
You were after the ceremony, you spray the champagne,
Yeah.
and you really doused Lewis with that champagne.
Yes, I sure did, yeah. I was... Steven shakes the bottle really furious.
You really let him have it.
Yeah, right in his face. On his chest. All over. You know what I was doing?
What were you doing?
Well, I know it's been such a long time for you, Luke. And it is your birthday. So I wanted to send you a little message. I wanted to...
Oh, that was for me.
That was for you. When I was doing that, I was doing for Luke's, his birthday. He's been a while without being with a woman. I think it's just you and me on this podcast. It's just no one else is going to be listening.
No one else.
Just you and me? Okay, so I can say this thing.
It's a secret moment.
Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. What's this podcast called again?
The Effing One
I don't
Podcast.
fucking care, Luke. I tell you every week I don't care. I just want to see you. I like to see you. So I was just wanting to give you as a birthday message. So and grab the champagne bottle, and I wanted you to think, I know it's been a long time for you and a lady. Just imagine this is your champagne bottle.
The champagne!
Und Champagne, Luke! Und Champagne! Das is everywhere! On your chest? On your face? Oh.
Thanks, Sebastian. Thanks for your time, and I'll talk to you after the Azerbaijan
Look,
Grand Prix.
Send me a dick pic, Luke. Send me a dick pic. Love you, bye. Oh, my God.
You came back quick.
I was so close. I was going to cut in and help you out. That was just horrible. I'm so sorry. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Water on a duck's back, not semen on a duck's back. That will stick.
Nice turn of phrase.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's so nice to have four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel joining us on the podcast.
It is
It's remarkable that he bothers to take that much time out of straight after the race as well. Anyway, that was nice.
The mo looks good. It's growing on me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's what he'd like. He'd like that mo to grow all over you. But I don't like it. It looks, I don't know. It looks nasty. It looks a bit
You haven't
nasty.
gotten used to it yet.
No.
You wait.
You're right.
You'll get there.
Do you think he's going to keep it up?
Oh, I think so.
All right.
Or maybe he'll use it as an excuse of why he was so slow.
Yeah, good point. Here at Effing One Podcast, Luke, our mission statement is to make Formula One great again. We do that by suggesting ways to spice up Formula One to make it appeal to, the normal person. For example, my wife. She now digs it because of Netflix, which is great. And we try to think of different ways that we can suggest to Liberty Media, the owners of Formula One, what they can do to make it more appealing so that more people will watch, Luke. Because Formula One is known to be a kind of an elitist sport, I guess. Sport of the rich and famous, like yachts and stuff. And we need to bring it more grassroots.
Gross.
A bottle of Groose. Grassroots. So, do we have suggestions this week? So what the idea is we're going to send these suggestions to Liberty Media. First suggestion, fire that guy on the camera down the straight.
Oh, yeah.
He was hopeless today.
Yep.
Second suggestion would be here's a selection of ideas that we've got here at Effing One Podcast, as voted by our Twitter page and Instagram followers. Here's a top 3. Can you please implement these when races get boring?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have one?
Oh, you want me to give one? I thought you were going to.
Do you have one?
I do have one.
I'd love to hear it.
It's actually a Formula One beauty pageant.
What?
Yeah.
I like it. Please
you
tell.
won't think of
Do tell.
This is the one I thought about in the previous podcast. I'm like, I might say that, and I had to write it down.
Is it drivers?
It's drivers. It's driver
Okay.
beauty pageant. So there's a personality thing. So Daniel's clearly won that. And there's, the swimsuit contest.
Did we formally submit the personality suggestion? Has that actually been flagged?
For the super license prerequisites? Yeah. I don't think so, because everyone's still dull.
Is that a suggestion that we made on the Effing One podcast?
Of course it was.
Was that last week's? No, week
I
previous?
don't know when it was. But
we did.
We
Okay,
did.
no, good. I just want to double check that we officially submitted that suggestion.
That was a super license thing. So to become a Formula One driver, you must have a personality, because clearly
That's right.
the vast majority wouldn't have a drive. But also, so it would be a beauty pageant. So there'd be a personality part of it. There'd be a swimsuit. There'd be a skills part.
What?
swimsuit. And then there's the skills part. So if they have any special skills, if they can sing or if they can dance or, high kick or whatever, something that they do incredibly well. It could be a flick turn, could be J turn, could be something. But
a joke, juggling.
Could be juggling, could be a joke.
So different categories. Let's go through these categories.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Miss Universe contest.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a swimsuit.
Is this
part.
before every race?
Yeah. So they get a chance to compete in front of the fans.
And of course, if they didn't do so well in the catwalk last week, they get a personal lesson with Kate Moss. And they go, oh, I'm Dan Ricciardo. I've got a bit of cash, making sweet penny now. Kate Moss, g'day. It's Dan Ricciardo. Need you to help me do some catwalking. Yep, because next week, it's a spicy one. It's Monaco. And he learned some sweet moves from Kate Moss.
What would the moves be that Kate Moss would be?
The turn.
Be frail and don't drink water?
Yeah. Do some harsh drugs.
I think she would have a very similar diet to Kimi Räikkönen.
Vodka. Pure vodka and cocaine. Yeah, but that keeps you thin, apparently.
But yeah, so the idea is the Miss Universe style beauty pageant at every Grand Prix, sort of parade them in front of, bring a bit of sexy back. These guys are good looking roosters. Get them out there in the little budgie smugglers, walking up and down. Esteban Ocon might look a bit funny. He's quite tall and lanky, but we love Esteban.
He's great.
And I'm sure there'd be ladies out there who'd jump on him. But yeah, just I think to bring a bit of female, bring a bit of sex. You got Lewis Hamilton pouting on billboards. Get him up front. Get him to throw their underpants at him.
In his G-banger. So they would do this just before they jump into the car on the starting grid. They do a little shimmy on their car.
I think that'll be too soon to
soon
to the race. Let's get them in a better headspace. So probably maybe do it on a Saturday before qualifying.
It is hard to concentrate on driving a race when you're wearing a G-string and you're juggling.
Oh yeah, and
I've always found that before a race.
You did that today, and I must admit it was the highlight of the day.
Well, the race was getting boring, and I said, "Luke,
what's this?
It's lap 35. I'm sorry, mate. I'll be right back."
It's your birthday. You come back. He's fake tanned up. He's got his budgie smuggler G-string, throwing the juggling balls up, and did you just shit your pants?
There's a squeaky mouse under this chair. That's exactly what happened. I came in, lap 35, spiced it up, gave you a birthday show and some juggling.
Some things can't be unseen.
Oh.
It's burnt in my retinas.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you, Luke. This could be the craziest yet most fantastic idea you've ever had.
Could be.
The catwalk, the personality, the whole... The
skills.
Fashion parade, the skills.
Yep.
Fuck. That's genius.
It's one of my ideas.
The thing is, my wife, I know that a lot of her friends would also be into that as well, to see the drivers from that perspective, from a fashion runway perspective.
Well, maybe, if it can't be done at every Grand Prix, maybe they could do like a male review, kind of like a Chippendales thing to raise funds.
Yes.
Know what I mean?
I like that. What about a dance-off, Luke? A dance-off for pole position.
See, we can't think of two. We need to spread these ideas out where they just come and thick and fast.
Okay, well, I'm going to get rid of my idea that I had, and I'm going to go with the dance-off.
Keep that for another day. Dance-off.
Yeah. So,
okay, let's go through who's going to have some of the styles. Like, what styles do you think some of them are going to have?
Well, you'd have crumping.
Who would be a crumper?
I think your Hamilton ham sandwich might be a crumper.
I think Kvyat would be a crumper.
Kvyat? No. He's more classical ballet.
You just hate
very
Kvyat.
Russian. Well, Russians love ballet.
Yeah, but I'm thinking
he's a ballet dancer for sure. I think Dan is more your street hip hop funk. Bottas is your German thigh slapping dance. You're more your Scandinavian.
More of a traditional Finnish dancer.
Yeah.
Leclerc? What do you think Leclerc? I think Leclerc might be like rap. Like a spinning on your head
French
kind
rap.
of French rap. What's French rap?
Yeah.
But as a dancing genre?
This is ridiculous. It's
preposterous.
But it's perfect for making Formula One great, Luke. That's what you've got to be crazy. You've got to throw it against the wall.
Alexander Albon could maybe do a tuck and do a bit of a drag queen demonstration, singing to Cher.
Yep. I see what
He'd
you're
have to
doing
borrow
there.
your shirt costume that you wore last year.
Well, he could go one of two ways. He could go ladyboy, Thai
He
ladyboy,
was tucking it anyway.
or he could go full kickboxer on you.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
How is that a dancing style?
Jean-Claude Van Damme? Well, it's like dancing.
Like if he was Brazilian, he could do that Brazilian
Capoeira.
fighting
Capoeira.
capoeira. Yeah. The stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Let's nearly hit someone slowly. Why don't you just do Tai Chi?
Yeah. There's some great... I mean, the possibilities are endless.
I think Grosjean would be ballet.
Grosjean. Yeah, I could see the ballet. He's... Yeah, he likes the finer things in life. And he's very artistic, very centered, very creative. I tell you what, we've got to throw this out to the Effing One Podcast listeners. Can we do that? On Twitter
I think we should throw it out.
and Instagram. So we've got... throw it right out with the trash.
Fucking do it.
So we've got
Bin
two
night.
ideas. Two ideas this week. The first one being it's a fashion parade before the race. Well, it's Miss Universe.
It's a beauty pageant.
It's Mr.
Don't
F1.
fuck around. It's a beauty pageant.
It's a beauty pageant.
Yeah.
Mr. F1 beauty pageant where you've got to show you, highlight your skills. You've got to do your little fashion turn and...
You get a sash at the end of it that goes, and you have to wear it during the Grand Prix.
Brilliant. A little sash.
Yeah.
I
think that'll bring women into that.
I think so. It's a great idea. And then, of course, you've got the dance-off for pole position going head-to-head.
Dance for pole. I didn't know it was for
Dance
pole.
for pole, brother.
That's even better.
That's even better. Dance for pole position.
Who's going to be our judges?
Well, I think you'd have to have the audience. I think you'd have to have a little buzzer.
No, you need like a Simon Cowell. You need someone who's going to bring a bit of credibility to the dance.
True. You can't really give every fan watching a little button to pick A or B.
No.
It's expensive.
It's a lot of buttons.
Okay, well, let's get Simon Cowell. Let's get him in. Is he busy?
No, of course not. He's
All
useless.
right, let's get him.
Yeah. Who else? Paula Abdul,
Yeah.
opposites attract.
She's
she did
good.
a bit of dancing in that.
She would be very good at judging that, the dance-off. Who else would you want to get in the dance-off judging contest?
Murray Walker.
Yeah, the voice of F1.
Just throwing it out there.
He's commentating as they're dancing.
Yeah. Oh, look, he's just spun and hit himself in the face.
Is that a cock? My God.
Oh, it's come out the side of his underpants. Oh, it's all over the place. It's madness.
It's Genghis Khan. Holy fuck.
I can see his Genghis Khan. It's Schumacher.
Let's put those options and let's see what happens. Let's see if they stick. Let's throw it on the wall. The winning suggestion will go through to the next round and we'll see it again sometime in the future.
I would like to apologise for the podcast. It's taking time.
It's taken a weird turn. This making Formula One, although it's great, and that's what we do, sometimes you've got to be slightly crazy to get something that's truly innovative.
I think the bump that we've had lately may plateau.
Oh, we've had a spike, have we?
Yes, we have.
That ends here today in this podcast.
Just putting a stop to it. We want to remain a niche.
You know what we need? We're getting too popular. We need more stupid ideas.
Don't worry, we filled our food with her.
But, you know, you've got to coming from a place of watching this Grand Prix today, this is where it comes from. The slight frustration that was quite bland.
Yes.
And we're thinking of ways that we can make that race better.
It promotes idiocy.
It does. And I think that's a good thing. Because you can forget the really... You know, you pick and choose. You know, they're not all going to stick.
But to make that F1 race better is... maybe this is another idea, or maybe this is just me going off the top of my head, is... Maybe there should be like in some games they have a timeout.
Yeah.
So like a driver will maybe press a button, or when he drives past pit lane, he makes the symbol T.
Yep.
As he drives past to go, timeout.
Yep.
And it can't just be one driver. There has to be at least 5 drivers. So a quarter of the grid goes, right, timeout, stop the race, let's restart it, because at the moment this is pretty shit.
So 5 drivers out of the 20 have to go, I'm not enjoying myself. I'm really bored. This is shit. Who's with me? Can we get a yellow flag?
No, so once someone goes, right, time out,
Yeah.
then you've got 2 laps before the others have to say time out as well. So
Okay.
they go, listen, Albon's just gone past and said time out. If we can possibly get a race restart, no yellow flags, just get on the grid, restart the race. This is getting a bit dull.
You restart from scratch.
Restart.
I love it. The drivers can communicate to each other. They're not just talking to their pit wall. They're not just talking to their guys in their garage. They're going, oh, where's a button for Albon? Hey, Albon, it's me. It's me here.
I've just thought of a next idea for the next one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is getting crazy. I like the idea of the drivers talking to each other in the race. They've got a little button on the console, and they can say, hey, Seb, you're a dickhead. Hey, Seb,
that was my idea. You
drive like a pansy.
You just kept going on the tangent. I'm like, no, that's what I was going to say for the next time. So it's going to be heckling. So as they go into a corner, go, are you a fucking cunt?
Oh, you're shit. You're shit, mate. You call that an overtake?
Yep. Oh, you got something wrong with your rear tyre.
Let's stop now and let's just re-bring it out next week. No one's going to notice. No one is going to listen to this part. They normally drop off, halfway through the podcast? No, okay.
They listen all the way through for some reason.
All right, that's
but thanks for listening.
That's crazy.
That's how we get our sponsors.
We're going to flag that next week. We'll go into depth with that because that is actually a brilliant idea. Drivers trash talking to each other in the race. So it's not just driving, it's a mental game.
Or if other teams put out their pit boards that say, ham, dick.
Oh, brilliant. They're just trash talking each other.
Heckling.
They're heckling.
Yep, radio heckling. That was the idea. That's what I wrote down. Radio heckling.
I feel like we're supposed to stop and go in more depth next week, but I feel like it's a work in progress. It's bloody genius. Write it down. You're writing it down?
Yep.
You're a genius. That's bloody brilliant. Okay, let's move on. Let's have a word from our sponsor. Do you have trouble sleeping?
Is your sleep interrupted by tossing and turning?
Or in Luke's case, mostly tossing?
Then you need to download the latest episode of the Effing One Podcast.
Their dull Aussie accents and subject matter will have you nodding off in no time.
Well noises, sounds of the rainforest.
Don't be silly. Download the Effing One Podcast. Sweet dreams. Yeah, I'm going to download that today. That's a good podcast.
Yeah,
Have you downloaded it?
I had a bit of trouble sleeping last night, so I just switched it on and I was out in 5 minutes.
Of course you did. Douche or dude? Douchebag or dude is this segment.
Dude or douchebag?
Dude or douchebag?
Is he a dude?
Oh!
Is he a
douchebag?
Unchoreographed, you're welcome.
Yeah, and it shows. That was bloody horrible. So we're going to reveal who we believe is a douche or a douchebag on...
Dude or a douchebag.
What did I say?
Fucking get it right.
Oh, man.
You said douche or a douchebag.
Oh, they're both... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they can't all be douchebags. They're either a dude or a douchebag. Last week we featured...
Esteban Ocon.
And we decided he was a...
Dude.
Right, this week
and then there was Grosjean. Dude or douchebag?
Dude. George Russell
this week.
The Formula 2 champion from last year, now Williams driver, struggling a bit in a horrible car, doing better than his teammates.
Curious
George, his nickname, George Russell. Is George Russell a dude or a douchebag in your opinion, Luke? You've had some dealings with him at the Melbourne Grand Prix. I did too. What were your thoughts?
I think he's quite a kind young man. So I would say a dude.
I concur. He had time for us. He had a good chat, and he still got that naivete. He's still keen, friendly.
He's got that youth.
That youthfulness.
That fresh F1 driver smell.
Before it gets beaten down by reality. And it was his first time in Melbourne. He was very, very excited, and he had a lot of time. Didn't try to palm us off. He was very happy to sit down and chat with. Well, it wasn't sit down. It was a walk and talk.
I think he was happy that someone knew him and talked to him.
That's true. That'll wear off eventually. He'll turn into Hamilton eventually. So yeah, big thumbs up from us.
George Russell. A quick comment. How are you?
Very well, and yourself?
Good, thanks. First time here in Australia.
Loving it.
To drive the circuit.
Well, yeah.
What do you think?
First time here in Australia outright.
Full stop, is it?
Yeah, it
Full
is.
stop.
No,
holidays?
no, never. So far enjoying it. Went to Great Ocean Road on Monday. Enjoyed the views, the weather. So just looking forward to getting out on track now.
There's been some hiccups, but how are you travelling now? You're confident? You're happy?
Yeah, I'm feeling good personally. I think obviously there's been a couple of hiccups, but we're going to make the most of it.
And you've got about 20 years to go in this industry, so let's kick some butt.
Absolutely.
Awesome, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
George Russell, you are a dude.
Dude.
Congratulations, dude. You're not a douchebag. We're going to put all the douches and douchebags into a finals category. We're going to find out who is the biggest dude, who is the biggest douchebag. So he will go through to the dude competition. We'll find out who was the biggest dude. Featuring another one next week as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Luke, it's time to check out who is winning the tipping competition between you and I, my good man.
Mm-hmm.
We tip the favoured driver from each team. We keep a track of that. I'm 6 points up. And how am I looking now after Chinese Grand Prix?
Well, Mercedes, you tipped Valtteri, and I tipped Lewis. So we both get a point each, so it doesn't matter. We both tipped Charles Leclerc. We both got that wrong.
Yep.
Both went Verstappen. We had a win there, but points are erroneous there. Same with Dan. Haas, you went with Romain Grosjean.
Oh!
And I went with Kevin Magnussen. And Romain wins that one.
Was it 2 points? One for qualifying, one for the race?
I believe so.
Correct. 8 points.
We both went with Lando.
Yep.
Alfa Romeo, we both went with Raikkonen. We both went for Perez.
Yes.
Which I think we did well. You did Alexander Albon. And I went for Kvyat.
I think we're split there, though, because Kvyat did not... Yeah,
Kvyat got a better quali.
Nothing changes.
Because Albon didn't even do quali. And Williams, you went for Boy George, or Curious George Russell, which he out-qualified and out-raced. So you're up by 10.
Oh, it's all over, Luke.
It stings.
Oh, it does sting a little bit. I'm so sorry about that. 10 points.
It's a deep burn.
Before we go, we have to say thank you very much to Mrs. Luke.
Thanks, Mum.
Your mum. We don't know her by any other name. Did you always call her Luke's mum growing up?
I called her, "Oi, you, where's my food?"
Wow. And she's still feeding you after all that.
Still supplies us with
That's
this feast.
frightening. So a Chinese smorgasbord. She is adept in every type of culinary skills, and she just whips up an absolute feast for us.
She knew that I was going to be cooking tonight, so she gave us some dessert.
Some Chinese dessert.
She gave us some prawn crackers, which is always great to have.
Very nice.
And
moon cake.
Moon cake.
That's what that is. It's just like, it's very eggy.
Fried ice cream.
Fried ice. Yum, I love that.
And you have another fortune cookie.
There's a fortune cookie here.
So what does yours say?
Let's have a little look. It says, let me just open it. There we go. It says Genghis Khan. There you go. I'm not sure what that means.
I'll open mine up.
Yep.
Better luck next time. Okay.
Better luck next time.
Don't know what that meant.
Not sure what that means either. Thanks very much for listening to this podcast. We apologise for most of it. We only strive to do better. Can we just say that? Should we strive to do better next time?
We'll try.
We'll try. Always check us out on Facebook.
There is a Facebook. There is a Twitter. There is an Instagram.
And there is Instagram as well. Effing One Podcast. And the next race, Luke.
Azerbaijan, Baku.
Ooh, classic race in the old, that old city, that old walled castle city thing. Very nice.
Well said.
Thank you. Let's get out of here. Bye.
Bye.